Solution is get into small groups. And ironically, churches were, not are, were great at that, but they don't see the writing on the wall. I'm speaking from a historian's perspective right now. Life will go on, but America will never be the same as it was. In my opinion, America totally changed on 9/11, and things have only gotten worse since then. Yes, life is still worth living, but things are going to be totally different. So when you see the control system being built up, you have to go analog and get into small groups. You have to form small communities. I'm becoming part of a church that sees more of this more than other churches do. And it took me about a year and a half to find this church. It's a small little church outside of town. And
So what about for the people who are, because like there's a lot of people who have made this decision in their mind that they would never go to a church, right? So for
yeah,
those people, you're saying get into small groups. Like, what would be alternatives that aren't tied to a religion?
you have to find people around you who are similarly minded, like people who are seeing the writing on the wall and are not preparing out of paranoia, but are preparing out of prudence. There's a difference between paranoia and prudence. One of the greatest commentators, in my opinion, in the gold and silver space is David Jensen. And he's an engineer and a lawyer, and he's also a CEO of a mining company. And he left the city of Vancouver, and he literally is homesteading in the middle of nowhere, British Columbia. And I say, you know what? Good on him. And a lot of my family and friends, we're starting to consider for the first time, okay, what do we do when the grid goes down? How are we going to continue to get sources of income? What's our food source going to be? How are we going to bypass the coming banking system?
Do you think there's
These are all
anything?
the questions that we need to have answers for.
Do you think there's anything like I I think the public has some ability to shift things to not happen, right? So what can we do to push for a better outcome, right? Because we're acknowledging that a lot of evil people are in power, but do we not have options to get them out of power or adjust the system or change the whole ways in which we make decisions?
The short answer is yes. Um, if you think it's your calling, run for office. I mean, what's stopping you? You can't change the federal level. I mean,
Mm.
the chances of you becoming president are slim to none. But you can run for local office and you can affect change that way. You can become a podcast host and motivate people to think about the bigger picture here. The bottom line is this: there is no political, economic, technological, social, environmental solution to a spiritual problem. And if we spent 1/10 of the time thinking about what's going to happen to us after we're gone as we do watching sports, I think that's a nudge in the right direction. If we start preparing out of prudence and not paranoia, I think that's another step in the right direction.
Got it.
My grandparents went through hell. We wanted neither the Nazis or the commies, but we got both. And I um, still remember my grandmother's nightmares about trying to escape Germany after the collapse of Germany in 1948, and her nightmares at night. But she was also the most positive, warm, loving person you could ever meet because of those tragedies that she had to face. So when the chips are down Are you going to just get mad and do nothing? Or are you going to challenge yourself to move forward and be thankful for everything that you still have right now? And I think having the right mindset, not a survivalist mindset, but an overcomer mindset.
Hey, you made it to the end of the clip. That means you're probably enjoying this. And if so, just know that you can catch us live every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to see the full version of this episode, you can click the link in the description down below. Otherwise, YouTube thinks that you will enjoy this next.